is Greg Milby, Kentucky's Heartland, kentuckysheartland.com. This is Heart of the Heartland, as we feature not-for-profit agencies doing amazing work in our community. And today I welcome in my friend Rebecca Farris Allen from the Community Health Clinic. Hello. I'm sorry, I can't call you Rebecca. We're straight up Becky, right?
That's right.
All right. Why do you always have Rebecca down there, though? I mean,
Sometimes
is that your official thing?
Well, if I want to be professional, you got to have something that sounds nice.
Well, I don't necessarily need professional, do we?
No.
All right. So, welcome in. Thanks for taking some time to talk with us.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for the opportunity.
Well, I
gotta get the word out.
I'm a huge supporter of what you guys do.
Yes.
The Community Health Clinic of Hardin and Larue counties does amazing work. Becky is the executive director, and then I'll do the fancy little graphics there so we can make it official.
Oh, that's nice.
But for folks that maybe aren't familiar with the health clinic, that's why I wanted to really kind of have you in, because there is a lot of moving parts here.
Yes.
So let's just kind of start at the beginning of the deal here and say, tell me, what is the Community Health Clinic?
Well, the Community Health Clinic is a free clinic. In actuality, a free clinic. A lot of people get us confused with the health department. And we're not the health department because we don't duplicate any services that are already provided. We're 17 years old in April. And a lot of people still don't know about us because we don't spend our money marketing. We take care of people who have no insurance, who cannot afford insurance, who are working, who don't qualify for Medicaid. We also do a lot of advocacy. That's something that's grown tremendously over the last few years, enrolling people in coverage that they don't know that they may qualify for. We do a lot of indirect services and direct services as well.
And so it started in 2002, and that's 17 years ago.
Right.
I mean, there's been a lot of growth and a lot of change, and a lot of great things have been done by the Community Health Clinic in 17 years. I'm sure 17 years ago when it was created, they had no vision of it to be exactly where it is now.
No. We were talking about that earlier, and it was actually 19 years ago. It took 2 years to get this off the ground, to see things through to fruition, to see their first patients, and to become a 501c3 nonprofit, incorporated, create the bylaws and the articles of incorporation and all those legal things. But basically a group of concerned citizens got together, and Dr. William Hanley, Dr. Saeed Quadri, they're the two medical directors still today. They and a group of people who did not want to see people fall through the cracks and suffer from a lack of health care. They got together, put together this community health clinic, and it is, we have a skeletal crew as far as employees. Primarily all of the providers, even Dr. Hanley and Dr. Quadri, the medical directors, are volunteer. And they give of their time to run this clinic and to see that we're taking care of our community and our people in need. Initially, the wait was 5 to 6 months long, and you had to be chronically ill to get in the door because the need was so great. But when the Affordable Care Act was enacted and Medicaid expanded, a lot of our patients, we were able to enroll them in Medicaid and transition them out to paid providers. But we were then able to better serve the 5 counties that we now serve that mirror the United Way service area of Hardin, Larue, Breckenridge, Meade, and Grayson counties. And to be honest, if a person makes the attempt to come to us to seek help and we have the resources and the means, we don't turn anybody away that qualifies for service. So our reach is great, and it's an awesome thing. I'm proud to be a part of it. It is a pleasure to be leading the clinic from this position, but I'm just a nurse. I just take care of people. That's what I do.
Well, I know you take care of people, and you wear a lot on your shoulders and a lot on your sleeves. I know that. I've talked to you numerous times, and you've always, you have a big fundraiser, which we'll talk about later on. But I know every year it's not about, all right, how much money can we raise to put in the coffers? It's, we need this much money to do what we do on a year-to-year basis.
True.
And that's all you ever focus on. And it's always amazed me that you really truly want to make a difference in this community, and that's exactly why Heart of the Heartland. It's why we do this features, so we can share that with people, because not everybody knows that story. So where is the clinic located? I know you have a new location, which is great, because you've had some you've had some growing pains over the years, and now you have a little bit extra room.
That's right, thanks to Hardin Memorial Health. Oh my goodness, they are a tremendous partner with us, and I worked at Hardin Memorial Health for 14 years as a nurse, and I do know the local need. I've seen it face to face many times, and they have housed us, essentially. In the first year of the clinic, we were in a small location on Woodland Drive, and then we were relocated over to East Memorial to a residential home that was renovated by the state of Kentucky to become a free clinic. And that was small, and we had a lot of issues there with space and trying to see patients in a small place. We were there for 14, 15 years, and then Hardin Memorial has worked with us in the past few years to figure out a plan to house us. And essentially, they have moved us pretty much on campus. So we're right in their backyard at 1113 Woodland Drive in the old E-Town Ortho building. So we actually have x-ray equipment in the building that we were able to utilize. We've been getting it up and running, and we're performing services today that we were not able to perform in the last 17 years. It's amazing. But the initial mission of the clinic and the idea was that we wouldn't be needed long, that we would go out of business because people's needs would be met. And unfortunately, that's not what has happened. Mm-hmm. We've only been proven to be needed even more.
And you guys have also expanded what you do too, because where it started, what your plans were, there were certain services that you were going to offer. And now, I mean, there is a laundry list of things that you guys work on. So what are some of the things that because we have people that may have some money they want to donate, or they may have some time they want to donate, but there are also people that could be watching this that right now are really struggling, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to get some care. And
right.
And this is the opportunity that we want to make sure that we share with them how they can do that. So what are some of the services you guys offer at the clinic?
Well, recently, in July of 2018, the Lincoln Trail District Health Department, they were forced to make the decision to eliminate some clinical services. And they don't do women's health any longer. No breast or cervical cancer screenings, no family planning. Those are important services. Women's health is very important to families, mothers and wives. They need to be properly cared for and to be able to take care of themselves. But if they can't find the resource for that, they're left without hope sometimes. We have stepped in to bridge that gap because they don't have the funding to provide those services on a regular basis, and we are trying to do that, but it takes money to do it. Mm-hmm. We enroll people in coverage. We became connectors and huge advocates for people that maybe they lose their job or lose their insurance. That can happen to anybody. Or if you're placed on a medication that you can't afford, we know how. We have the expertise and the knowledge to work with the drug companies, the pharmaceutical companies, to apply for assistance. And we have an on-site pharmacy that is all volunteer. They're open when we have a licensed pharmacist to run it, and that's usually two times a week. But we do keep people from doing without their medication. It is a very vital service, but one of the challenges in growth, when the hospital housed us at our new location, our utilities for that building are as high as the rent was in the other building we had. And Hardin Memorial graciously has let us have a 10-year lease at $1 a year for this building. But there are like 8 heat and AC units on the roof of the building because it's a commercial building, and we operate by faith that we're going to be able to do those things, and the community has come through tremendously for us time and time again, through the fundraiser and through regular support, people sending in donations, and by volunteerism.
All right, so since you mentioned the fundraiser, this will be a good point now that we talk about it a little bit. The Taste of the Heartland, you have it every year.
It's great.
It is a great fundraiser. I've been blessed and honored that you've had me MC that for a few years now. But one of the things I'm blessed about is the opportunity I get to hear the stories.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, there are some amazing stories, things that were people felt like that they were lost. They were in a spot that there was nothing that could be done, and you and your staff have made magic happen, and it can't be done without the support that people are giving through their finances and through their time. So with the Taste of the Heartland, you bring people in to raise money, but you also honor those people that have been donating their time and giving his money as well.
Definitely.
So we have a date for the Taste of the Heartland?
It is set for August the 30th. Should be a Friday in August. We have it then because people are back from vacations and kids are back in school, and we can increase participation and allow everybody to attend that wants to. It's at the Pritchard Community Center, so we have about 30 restaurants that donate the food. So you get a little taste of everything. That's where the name comes from.
It's actually ridiculous, honestly.
It is.
There's a lot.
You need
of food.
bigger plates. We need bigger plates.
Either that or I need bigger stomach because the plate's not the problem. It's that my eyes are so big.
You want to try
I can't
everything because people really, the restaurants and vendors that donate the food for the event, they go all out. They try to showcase their special items and really demonstrate their skills and talents for a very good reason. And all the money that's raised for that event goes into operations of the clinic, because a lot of times when you grant write for a nonprofit, although you're doing great things, a lot of grants don't pay for operations. And you have to have a place and you have to have staff and consistency to provide quality services. So it takes a lot of coordination to make all this stuff happen for people and to get these people together to do great things.
So the fundraiser, it used to be an art auction, and it's been changed a little bit now. To now it's about the meal, and it's about celebrating the people that
we've done a little bit of everything. We did dogs. Remember when we did dogs?
Yeah,
Greg?
I still hear that story because I get blamed for a guy spending a lot of money on a dog.
Oh yeah.
So thanks for that.
Yeah,
I've sat in people's laps.
Yes. I think it was Carl Swope or Dennis Johnson, maybe.
Both, yes.
Yeah.
And,
both of them.
And I think they still think of me fondly from that moment on.
You rode a bicycle with a helmet that was donated to us to auction off. It was a mountain bike.
Yeah, it's not about me, Becky.
No. Yeah.
But it is about.
But it was very interesting to see that.
It is about the money that you guys raise. And I know that's a big part of how you are funded, but it's not the only part. So and that's what people always wonder, where does the money come from? Because you guys are doing amazing work. You want to talk about pinching pennies. If somebody can pinch a penny and make $1, it's Becky here. She can make that happen. So where does the money come from?
The money comes from the community. Our largest source of funding right now is the United Way of Central Kentucky. We write a grant with them every year, and we provide direct services and take care of people. So we get about $70,000 to $90,000 from them a year. Excuse me.
There you go. See, I got you talking all up now. No, you're good.
Yes.
So that's how you're funded. And I know the Taste of the Heartland raises a lot of money.
$70,000 to $90,000. It takes over $200 to run us.
Yeah, that's a drop in the bucket.
That is a large contribution, but we still have to come up with a great deal more. And we used to be funded in part by the state of Kentucky, but due to the...
Hey, we're back. Becky had a coughing fit. We had to take a break. But you're better now, right?
My apologies. Yes, I am.
You said my apologies, not sorry. I told her, she was saying sorry like 10,000 times. I said, don't say I'm sorry. It's all about getting your information out.
That's right.
So back to the business at hand. We were talking about funding and how you guys are funded. And United Way helps you guys a lot with grants. But where does the rest of the money come from?
Generosity of people.
Generosity of people. That's always good to have.
That's one good answer. We write other smaller grants, and we're constantly seeking sources of funding. But the majority of our funding comes from people in the community who want to just step up and do something good. And so many people do not know we have a free clinic in E-Town, Kentucky that serves 5 counties in Kentucky. People have a place to turn. But when they learn, they step up and get behind us and support us, and they allow us to do great things.
And I know you have a very well-attended fundraiser every year.
Yes.
But for folks that maybe can't attend that fundraiser, or maybe it's a bad time for them to do that, they can make a monetary donation at any time, right?
They can. We have a website, thecommunityhealthclinic.com, and they can go online and make a donation there. They can stop by the clinic. We'll be glad to give them a tour at any time, maybe even put them to work as a volunteer. We take volunteers of all walks. You don't have to be clinical to take out the trash or answer the phone, Greg, you know?
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought that you had to have a medical background to volunteer at the clinic.
Right.
So you don't. You can.
No. We need everything that a doctor's office or a clinic would need. We need to be clean. We need to be stocked. We need to be as good as you would be if you were paying for the service.
Can I wear scrubs?
Yes. We'll find some scrubs to fit you.
I might roll in on that.
Yeah.
That deal. That'd be a great little thing. So, if somebody wants to volunteer their time, do they go to your website as well to do that?
They could come to the website or give us a call. Our phone number is 270-763-9589, and we will talk to them about volunteering and what capacity and what availability of time they have. You don't have to volunteer daily. You can give 4 hours a month. Everybody has a little time to give away, even though it's a very busy world and we have very hectic lives. You do feel better in the end when you're walking out for having done something to help someone else.
Yeah.
It's great.
So we'll have bullet points at the bottom underneath this video. If you're looking at it on their website at Kentucky'sHeartland.com, there'll be some information underneath here so you can do that. So I mentioned this earlier. You wear a lot of stuff on your sleeve. A lot of times when I talk to you,
I do.
We've talked, and it seems like every time I talk to you, there's something that's weighing on you. There's a lot of stuff, and I know you've had a lot going on today when this was being videoed that we need to talk about. There's some issues that we need to work on in our community.
There are. They're not pretty issues, but they are there, and we need to definitely bring them to light because in working at this nonprofit, I've realized that we have a very generous community. They're very supportive and very caring. They actually want to take care of their own, and that's an amazing thing to me. I wouldn't want to. There's not a better place to raise a family than right here.
Right.
It's awesome. Because if people know there's a need out there, there's many people who will step up to meet it. But we do have an issue with homelessness. We have an issue with poverty. People who are working and just barely getting by. We have an issue with some addiction problems, and we need to address those before they impact our children or our families directly. We can make this world a better place. It just has to start right here at home.
Mm-hmm. And we could do that. Again, we mentioned you go to their website, and there's a link below it at our website at Kentucky'sHeartland.com.
Can you imagine, Greg, how hard it is to seek health care when you're homeless?
I couldn't imagine.
And you can't get an insurance card in the mail. You can't enroll in coverage because you have no address.
These are things that I don't think about. And, sometimes I feel insensitive because I don't understand that. I know it's a problem, but it just really is not in my day-to-day thought process, as it should be, though. And that's why we have you on to talk about that.
A lot of people don't realize that homelessness is not caused by laziness. It's caused by, most of the time, mental health problems or poverty. Mm-hmm. And it's just a cycle that people get into, and sometimes they become addicted or mentally unwell. And they can't do anything about it without help. And if they have a help out there that reaches out to them and helps them, then it makes things better for everybody.
And I know some of the other things that we've talked about in the past is about the items that you guys work on a day-to-day basis and the people that you serve. A lot of these folks, so many of the stories that have been shared at the Taste of the Heartland, and these are people that are. I remember one guy that was just talking about he was working 60 and 70 hours a week to make ends meet, and he could not afford his medication.
Yes,
it was just something that he was trying. He was spending every last bit of the money he was making at his job to pay for medication. And you stepped in, and the clinic stepped in and made some magic happen for him.
We did. We are allowed or enabled to make miracles happen, basically on a daily basis. Lately, we've seen women who are pregnant that can't get prenatal care because they spend 4 hours on hold on the phone with Medicaid services. Mm-hmm. And if they walk in our office, they can walk out many times with coverage that's backdated, so that the care that they've sought can be paid for. People, working families, maybe dad lost his job And in that, he lost his insurance for the family, and mom's on medication. This is a real scenario of a family that you know, and a lot of people in this community know. They are a hardworking family of 4. Dad lost his job, and mom lost her insurance for leukemia, and her medication was $17,000 a month. They can't afford that. They choose to remain in their home and feed their family. So when they finally turned to us after exhausting all efforts themselves, trying to help themselves, we were able to get their medication delivered to their house for free.
And that's one of those one of the statistics that we talk about with the clinic.
Yes.
When you talk about getting their medications delivered to their house for free, and you talk about people that you visit, that's the magic. There is how many people you guys see. And I know you've got some magic numbers.
I do.
You got that? I know.
I've been waiting for those to come in right here.
How many patients you guys see annually?
When we wrote the grant for United Way last year, we projected that we would serve between 500 and 700 unduplicated human beings this year, in 2018, actually. And we hit 696. 696 people, individuals with faces, lives, families. We made a difference in their lives.
And when you talk pharmaceuticals and things, the money that you guys have saved people in pharmaceuticals is it's astronomical.
It's close. I would say it's right at $1 million a year. And the value of the volunteers that we have is crazy, because the value of a volunteer pharmacist or a volunteer cardiologist like Dr. Holt, that value of his time to see patients is just, it's priceless when it comes to the fact that the patient would do without care otherwise. Yeah. But as far as visits, those 696 people that I was talking about, we actually provided over 2,900 visits to those people, because when you go to the doctor, you go to the doctor more than once a year, right? When you get sick, as you need to be able to continue to work. Maybe I need to go to the doctor about this cough.
Yeah,
you know?
we can. I
so
might
that I can
know
keep
somebody
working.
who can get you hooked up.
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
Hanley, do you think maybe you can take a look at her?
I think Dr. Hanley can fix me.
There you go. Dr. Hanley can fix anything. And that is, in talking about, just kind of jumping to him, what an amazing guy he has been.
He is.
And this, the work that they have done over the years, just the tireless work that they have continued to do to give back to this community. And that's something that the Heartland maybe doesn't realize, what they have done to better the quality of life in our area.
Yeah, all of our providers, the doctors, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, pharmacists, dentists, they work for free. They do their day jobs, and they come in after hours or on their day off, and they see people for free and bridge the gap. That's what it's all about. It's awesome. All
right, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dentist. I'm not much of anything. But if I wanted to help, like this is the point. This is the sales pitch. This is where we go, okay, I'm a regular guy. How can I help? What can I do?
Well, people can help by donating money or donating time. Maybe stuffing an envelope with a letter in it. Anybody can do that pretty much. Inviting people to our fundraiser, spreading the word, sharing things on your Facebook about the clinic, making sure that people who might need us have the knowledge that we're here. Filing, phone calling, just call the clinic or look at the website or come in, and we will definitely see what you're suited for, what you like, and we don't try to put a square peg in a round hole, because that never works. Yeah. You know?
So donating your time that way. All right. Well, if you want to get more information about the Community Health Clinic and how you can help, Becky's always available. She's got staff there. She would be happy to tell you about what they do and how they do. And if you have any questions, maybe there's something you're like, you know what, I don't know if they can help me or not. I'm kind of a unique situation. They can call you, right?
We are experts at unique situations and handling the very difficult things.
All right. So if you have a unique situation and you need help, make sure that you talk to them. And the website is right here on our website as well at Kentucky'sHeartland.com. You can find that information below. Becky, thank you for your time. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm just always amazed at the work that you do. I always worry about you because every time I see you, I'm like, what's going on? Well, I'm worried about this.
Yes, it's stressful sometimes.
It is, but you're doing great things.
Yeah.
You're one of the many reasons why we're doing this feature called Heart of the Heartland, because you guys are doing the work, and we want to make sure that we share your story, and we want to make sure that we can help you out as well. So again, this is Heart of the Heartland, and this is Becky Allen. We're all friends around here now with the
That's
Community
right.
Health Clinic, and we appreciate you watching. It's Kentucky'sHeartland.com.